We are going to make these two different kinds of things. One is a seed bag and one is a seed worm. So to find further ado, let's go straight into the video. So today we are going to make a seed bag. So for that, to make it, we have a few materials here. I'll just get through it. You want a newspaper the size which you want. We're going to make small ones to collect seeds. And you do not want to make very strong, so we're going to take one sheet. If you want it strong, you can use many. Some glue. I'm using Fevicol. A piece of paper to decorate this is optional. Markers to decorate your seed bag. Permanent markers as well. And a ruler. So you need the ruler to cut up your paper. I've already done it into this size. You can do whatever size you want. So let's begin. So first to start off, you can see my paper is like this. Okay, so first I'm going to take it and fold it almost to the halfway. So this is the flap and I folded it till here. Then I'm going to give it a good spread. Once that's done, you do not want to put glue between these two sides. You want to just make sure it's the perfect length. Sometimes it can be that your paper has gone a bit crooked like this. So if it happens like this, make sure you cut it. So I'm going to just simply do it this way. Okay. So you can see our paper is completely equal. Once that's done, you can see the other side is open. So you're going to fold that downwards like this. Okay. You don't want to put it all the way through. So now between this edge and this paper, you want to put your glue. So I'm going to do that. Do not put glue inside, because if you do that, then the seeds or whatever you're putting inside is definitely going to get stuck. So then you want to close it. Make sure you've put enough of glue. Okay, so you can see we have two openings. So if it's two openings, when you put it here, it's going to come out from the other ends. So then all you want to do is give it a good fold. So you want to take two folds. First, you want to make a big fold like this. So I'm going to glue that on first. Oops, that's too much. Fold that. You can see it's so thick. So I'm going to make one more fold on the same thing. So it becomes thinner like this. This was the fold first made. This is the second fold. So you can see it's become much thinner. It might be half a centimeter. And we're going to stick that as well. So there you go, your seed bag is complete. Now, because we are giving these to people, we want to decorate and show to them that these are called seed bags. So we've taken a white art sheet. It's almost the size of this. So it'll definitely come in. You can use much larger, but this size is proper. I'm going to write on the seed bag. You can see I've written seed bag. I'm just going to make a little tree. So I'm making one cherry tree and just others just will be a normal one. Okay, so you can see we've got our little label all done. It's much easier to do it before sticking it on the paper, otherwise the glue makes the paper a bit moist and it might tear. So this is a much better way to do it. Make sure you've got it stuck on all the sides except the middle part. Okay, so you can see I've put it on all the sides. You can even put it in the middle, but this is proper. And depending on your opening, it's going to go like that. So I'm going to put this like this. So we've got our first step all done. For the second step, we have made seed bags. As you can see, there are so many of them. I've made quite a few. And I'm going to take, which one should I take? I'm going to take this one. So this one I'll be using. So I used few of these seed bags and collected 4 different types of seeds. So these all are seeds which will be later on used in step 3. So now these are 4 different types. So all these can go inside our bombs. But this one you can see has an outer coating like layer. So we can't put this in because it turned quite big and will take a lot of time to dry. So all you have to do is simply open this like that. Okay. Let's open it. There we go. Once you've got it all opened up, you'll see there's a seed inside. It's very delicate, so you have to be careful. I've got 2 of them out. You can see these are the 2. Okay. And that's all for our step 3. Now for our step 3, this is a very fun step which I really love. So we have 4 materials. We have 5. Including our container. So let's start from the first one. So we have some water. It doesn't have to be purified. We are using purified. A container. Use a bigger dish where the flats are a bit up so you can mix it very well. Some soil and your fertilizer, and obviously your seeds, which I showed in the last time. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the amount of soil you're taking, you're going to take half of the fertilizer. So we're going to put our soil in. So I'm using 1 medium-sized pot of soil. And of the same pot size, I'm going to take half of it as fertilizer. I've already filled it. Yep, that's done. So if you've got any dirt like these, you should definitely remove it because it's not good, and make sure everything is done. So when you're doing this part, make sure you have a fan off or all the dust is going to get all around your house. So I've got my water. So now water has to be until it's moist. So I will show you the stage of moist. So I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to add some more. And also there are some very big stones. I can't see any big ones here, but just in case there is, I will show you how big stones are proper. And also make sure, it's like kneading dough, so you want to make sure that it's all properly mixed. So you need a lot of water for this because it has to stick together, and as you also want this to dry out. If you by mistake add too much water, you can definitely go ahead and add some soil. If that happens, it's not happening here, I think. So there we go. I'm just going to make sure I mix it all right. You can see that on the corners, you see that it's very dry, because usually you do not get that part in your hand. So it's definitely okay, but just make sure you get all of that there. And if you are an Indian, you definitely know how to make rotis. So it's like just like that dough. You can go in with both your hands. I'm going to use one, so just in case I need water. But after that, you have to go by. So here we have. So this is the texture you want. It's not too dry or not too wet. It's the perfect type, and your hands do get dirty, but you can just clean them up. So we have a step 3 all completed. For step 4, we are going to make balls out of it. So you can see I've been mixing it a lot and it's come to the perfect consistency. And everything on the side is mixed in, looks like, I hope. And just to show you the consistency, this is the consistency. Now you have to go ahead and pick a seed. I'm going to pick this one right here. Here we go. Yeah. So now I'm going to take a little bit of it. Like, you do not want to take a lot because it takes up a lot of time and will not be strong enough. Get all that here. I'm going to take a bit less than this. I'm not going to make that big. Okay, give that a good round. And you can see it's turned into a ball. Now this is the one which I chose. So you can see the ball. I hope you can see this. I'm taking this and pushing it in like that. And just closing it. Give it a good roll. This can be like your laddus, or when you're making roti, you make the atta and then make it into circles. Basically like that, or even like momos. Whatever. You're going to make sure they're round and they're not flat. Also, another tip is please do lay down newspaper, because it can be that it can become very dirty. So you can see I've all done it, and you want to make sure that your seed is not outside but in the inside, because otherwise it's no use, because insects and all can go into it. So this is all for our step 4. The last, final and the 5th step, we had kept it outside, and I just put it outside, so that one is not yet dried, but I have a few here to show you guys. You can see that these and all these others, all of them have seeds inside. You can see all of them. I'm going to show one close up. I can see it's dry, no wetness or anything on your hands, so that's good. So now we are going to show you how you throw it and what happens when you throw it. Nothing, it does not break or anything, so we'll get to that. But before we go there, I'm going to show you, like I was saying before, there are some big things inside your fertilizer and soil. So first thing you want to be careful of are these big stones. Stones big than as this size and bigger than this should not go in the soil. It will definitely break down, because you can see these are so small and it's almost the same. And do not confuse yourself with these two, because this is just shapeless. Yep. And now the another thing that you want to make sure that you do not put in this as these kind of twigs, even one shorter than this. For example, at the most, oops, that's running, a bit less than this, maybe like this much can go in. Not more than that. And yes, less than that. So now we're going to go outside and I'm going to show you how it looks when we throw it. Then when you start. Okay, so here I'm at a balcony side and I have a bomb with me. Okay, so I'll tell you the name in just a few minutes. So as you can see, I'm going to throw it right around there. Okay, so let's throw it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it went on the pavement and all the way down. So you can see it's right here in one shape. So there's a proof that it will not fall. Just make sure you dry these for a day. We kept them for 24 hours. If you're making bigger ones, we made 1 to big ones. I'll show them in the next video or maybe now. So you can see that these size took only 1 day, but bigger ones will take more than a day, maybe 2-3 days. But make sure it's hard salt, and when you press into it with your thumb, does not break. If it does, then that means it's loose. So now we're going to go back to our table and I'm going to tell you why are we supposed to use this and why do we not plant this instead. So let's go. So now I'm going to show you the 2 different sizes. This is the smallest size we have and this is the largest one. So this one died in 1 day, but this one you can see it's a bit moist in some areas, so it's definitely going to break. So we are going to keep this for another day or 2 maybe, and I guess it should dry out. Okay, and this one is just dried out in 1 day. So these size work the best if you want to give it to the next day. So friend, World Tree Day, World Environment Day. So now I'm going to begin with what are the advantages of using this. So let's begin. Now for starters, you can see that the shape of this is very hard. So for example, when we throw it, it does not break as I showed you just a few minutes ago. And these are called seed bombs, or you can even call them earth bombs or earth balls, tree balls. So these are few names that people use. So now you want to make sure of a few things when you're making these. First is that the soil, fertilizer and your seeds are of the native place. Native place and even your native seeds. Like these are all the native seeds that I found here. We are in Lonavala, so these are the native ones. You can even use mango seeds. Okay, so these are native. You can even use these wild berries that you find here because this is also native. If say that this was not native here, it will not grow that well. The fertilizer and soil will be different. It might not grow. So now I'm going to tell you one more reason why this is the best than just plotting a plant in the seed. So usually we put seeds so that we can see it grow. But sometimes it can be that birds, insects, when they're hungry, they come and feed on it. If they feed on it, then it's obviously going to die and not grow. So you can see it's so hard that when I do this, my nail hurts. So that means that it definitely won't get through really strong places. So if you're supposed to stay in a very slopey area, you can just give it a good hard throw and it's not going to break at all, but also get germinated in the soil. So right now it's at the end of summer, it's going to rain soon, I guess. So when it rains, it'll get all the water needed and start growing. It will definitely take a few years to become fully grown, many years to grow a fully big tree. But at least you have done something to save the environment. Another thing is that we can't go down very steep places to plant these things. Because when you go and we want to say, suppose go in a very steep place, and in these kind of places many people do not take us because it's very unsafe and not good. And many types of insects are there. So you can just simply throw it. That's one of the very good advantage of this. So this was founded by a Chinese man. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's Japanese. I just get confused. I don't find the difference. Okay, so a Japanese man found this. I'm so sorry. So no offense to the man if you're watching this. So yeah, that's one of the very good advantages. And if you really like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below. If you have any questions further on this, you can just leave it down below and we will definitely reply to your answers. Thank you so much. Bye.